Hello everybody, welcome back to another amazing video. I hope you are doing great in life, but today I got a very important question for y'all, all right? Why do rappers not have aura anymore? And what I'm really asking is, why do rappers not have any individual style anymore? You see, over the years, I noticed that slowly rappers were starting to look a little one note. You see, hip hop has always been built on a little mystique, swag, and individual identity, but decades of cultural, technological, and industry changes chipped away at the aura rappers used to have, and there's some glaring reasons why. I'd have to say that probably the largest reason as to why this happened was the collapse of mystique in hip-hop. Back in the days, a large part of a rapper's coolness or aura was the fact that at the time, the hip-hop audience had very limited access to the artist. In the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s, fans only saw rappers through music videos, magazine covers, rare interviews, concerts, and album rollouts, which sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't. The limited visibility made every appearance feel very special. Whenever a new song or project dropped, it felt like an event in hip-hop. On the other hand, today we got total access, which breeds familiarity. The internet made rappers live stream daily, tweet constantly, overshare personal struggles, argue publicly, show their mundane moments, and react to drama/hot topics instantly. The distance has officially disappeared. When fans see you every day doing regular things, your mystique completely evaporates. But look, that's just one of the many things that made rappers lose their aura, because there's also the fact that authenticity in hip-hop kind of became performative. Now, I'm saying kinda because in a way, rappers have always been a little performative when it comes to authenticity. Over the last 5 to 10 years, some of hip-hop's most beloved figures and artists have been exposed for being, an abuser, an addict, or a fake gangster, a PDF file, and the list goes on and on. I say that to say that there's never been a time where hip-hop was 100% purely authentic. Maybe at the start of hip-hop, but even that's debatable. I'm looking at you, Africa Bambaataa. But anyways, besides that, I'm sure we can all agree that in today's hip-hop, when someone is being authentic, quote unquote, there's usually more to the story on some fraud and shit. They're not really trying to be authentic. But back then, rappers used to express themselves without trying to feed algorithms. Their identity was built on the actual music, their neighborhood reputation, or cosigns, or just genuinely how real they were as a person. Their coolness came from things you really couldn't fake. But in today's time, authenticity is food for algorithm. Motherfuckers will really hop up on a live or a stream and fake beefs, stage fights, or arguments. And at the end of the day, this makes individuality feel manufactured, not earned. But look, just like Looney Tunes, that's not all, folks. I got a deep cut hot take as to why these rappers be lame as hell nowadays. Y'all ready? Hip-hop became too mainstream. Quite simply, that's it. Rap used to be a strong subculture with unique slang, unique fashion, a rich history, and so much innovation when it comes to music and sound. And usually it was mostly black and brown audiences within impoverished areas. Fast forward to today, and hip-hop is pretty much pop culture. The slang, the music, and the fashion has made its way to pretty much every influencer, every athlete, and just pretty much everybody. When everyone tries to dress like a rapper, tries to talk like a rapper, and overall tries to live like a rapper, the coolness and uniqueness dissolves. The aura from the golden era relied on how different rap was from other subgenres, but the general public closed that gap. I'm not sitting here complaining about the fact that hip-hop is worldwide, but man, it did become less cool the more normies started to listen. Now look, I can keep going on and on about that specifically, but let's talk about how the end of gatekeepers also killed the fuck out of hip-hop's aura. Before I move on though, I do gotta preface this by saying I overall don't like gatekeepers in hip-hop, but facts is facts. When I say gatekeepers, by the way, I'm referring to the big wigs in the industry. You see, magazines, DJs, A&Rs, major record labels, managers, major media platforms, and plenty of other industry facets used to carefully shape a rapper's image. Think Yo MTV Raps, The Source, BET, 106 & Park, major record labels, stuff like that. It was these kind of mediums and platforms that made the golden era rappers larger than life. Nowadays, no one controls their image, really. Everyone can upload music instantly, speak for themselves, live in real time, overshare their lives without consequences, break character, and respond to drama before even thinking things out. Although I'm not an advocate for gatekeepers in hip-hop, I do see the value they brought in regards to showcasing an artist correctly in hip-hop. And that's coming from a guy who loved the SoundCloud era, a time when rappers controlling their own image was damn near the selling point of that whole time. I think the difference between then and now, though, is that when these guys were coming out, they were genuinely being themselves, on top of also dropping innovative music. But nowadays, a lot of new artists feel like an echo or a clone of a lot of old SoundCloud artists, but not in a good way. I don't know, I just don't see nearly as much originality as I used to, but hey, maybe it's coming soon, who knows, you know? I can only talk about what I'm currently seeing. But look, let me stop yapping and let me bring up the last reason why I feel rappers have lost their aura, okay? That, of course, is the absolute memification of rappers. It's no secret that since the dawn of the internet, there will always be a large group of people who will just take the piss out of absolutely anything. Your grandma dies, memed. 9/11 happens, memed. A comet is about to blow up Earth, memed. Social media is like the hub for all memes, and once a rapper becomes a meme, their aura is hard to recover because people start viewing them as entertainment and not artists. All of these reasons combined is why I, in my heart of hearts, feel like most, if not all, new rappers have very little to no aura in the modern hip-hop space. But look, maybe I'm bugging the fuck out. Let me know in the comments why you feel like today's rappers have no aura, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, if you watched the video all the way to the end, thank you so much, as it truly means the world to me. Let me know if you want me to make a video on anything specific. I'm glad to take requests. But until next time, goodbye. Bitch, I'm the best, ain't no one could have said it. Better, with a scope and a long range Beretta.